So we're going to do another match, and I think I'll take a break. Okay, Zoroark. This should not be hard at all. And we'll just put it there. I mean, we're discarding it anyway. Nice. That looks good, and we'll just leave you in the active position. Ooh, so that is a problem. I'm going to get some more Pokemon here just to thin out my deck. And I'm going to try to get a Guzma off this Pokegear. He's got a Sky Field. Probably shoulda, woulda me. Ooh, there we go. I guess it doesn't really matter what I attack, but particularly afraid of this. Not sure what that's going to be, so let's get rid of it. So this power plant is going to come in real handy. Unfortunately, he's going to get a lot of the benefit off of the, and he's going to get a supporter for draw. But he'll get his trades this turn, but he won't next turn. And now the good news is that he can strike for 180 with 9 Pokemon in play, which is not enough to take out CeleSaur. Fighting Fury Belt or not. But he's setting up a Garbodor, which could be a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 items. So I can Coach Trainer next turn, or I can end. You know, I'm thinking about just switching out this Coach Trainer for another draw supporter. As we saw earlier, the Coach Trainer does not help if you start with the Pheromosa or the Shaman. So let's just lay that down. able to use Shaman's ability. And yeah, we'll just reduce his hand down with N. And that did not help. So I've got 5 items in the discard pile right now. So he can swing for 100 with Garbodor. So I'm hoping with that N I got rid of any stadium cards he might have had in his hand. And of course he can just retreat, or he can Guzma. Yeah. And so we got 6 items in the discard pile now. So I got a VS Seeker. I've got some options. I can bring their hand down with N. And then if the power plant's not still in play, I can put down another one. So this is the problem with confusion on the Zoroark, is you've got okay, he field blowered himself so he could trade. Interesting. Yeah, so the problem with the Zoroark is you can confuse them with Pollen Hazard, but their attack energy and their retreat energy requirement are the same, so they can just retreat. You know, my opponent is in a pretty good position. He's got 2 things he can retreat for to attack. 3 if you count the Garbodor, which is a very valid option. And so there we go. He's got the Clef Key, so he can shut off my abilities while also keeping his own. And I do have Faba in here, but I'm not able to get to it. So I think that's pretty much game over. Yeah, I'll put that down. See what he needs to get rid of. Bring him down to 2. He can't trade. And if he does any damage to my CeleSaur next turn, I could have gone for the quick and easy knockout with Evergreen, but If he does any damage to my CeleSaur next turn, then I can just heal my CeleSaur. If he replaces the power plant, I've got a third one ready to go. Thank goodness they weren't prized. Oh man, this is a bunch of oof. Look at this. He gets Colorless out of those 3 cards in his hand. Yeah. N and Reset Stamp are not a perfect disruption strategy. But I can end him again. I've got the VS Seeker. How many items do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 items, 100 to 80 damage. This is really good. I'm about to get a Grass Energy, heal myself. And bring my opponent's hand down to 2. And get back all those energies I lost. Or get back all those trainers. Evergreen GX. And I've got an extra grass, so I get the shuffle. And no items in my discard. Don't worry, I can't keep it up for too long. Alright, so my best healing option is done for, so man, I didn't check for Faba when I searched my deck. I think my Faba might be prized. But I'd like to be able to use the Shamans and heal next turn if he Garbotoxins me. Man, is my opponent just drawing a perfect out of these ends or what? And usually at this point in the game, I mean, he's down to 1 card. Usually I'm fantasizing about my opponent getting a deck out. But, typically they're going to have a strategy out of decking it. They've thought about it. There's the fossil Pokemon. I forget what it's called. But, the fossil Pokemon that okay, so he must have Guzma next turn. Do that. The fossil Pokemon that lets you take it out of the discard pile with its ability and put it on top of your deck to prevent deck out for pretty much forever. Oh, there we go. There's N. Is that what we want? Yeah. We'll put energy here. And we'll end him to 1. And Solar Beam. Hope he doesn't get anything good out of this. And if he gets a Guzma, it's game. He's laying down that execute. So that must mean something. Okay, maybe it doesn't. Alright, so let's just Guzma this little guy. We'll just attach another energy for the lulz. And Solar Beam. And, alright, he's got one more turn to pull something out here. Otherwise, I can knock out everything on his board. Yeah, so I think between now and the next match, I'm just going to switch out my coach trainers for some other kind of draw support. And possibly throw in something to search for a Pokemon. It's just so I don't get donked like I did with Dark Box a while ago. And victory. So we're going to try this again. I have added Lily to the deck and a Nest Ball. So we got rid of the coach trainer entirely. I'm going to assume that I just don't need it. I'm going to pull up the deck and let's go. Ooh, no Pokemon. Still nothing. And here we go. Got a CeleSaur. And again, I'm not running Karen, so I'm just going to try to run hot here. Try to get as many knockouts as I can in as little time as I can. Ooh, Dowsing Machine is his ace spec. Which makes sense. It gets stuff into the discard pile. And it's going to drop the Marshadow. Yeah. Which is what I'd like to knock out. I'd like to knock out the Marshadow to get a bunch of prizes. And he's set up to Guzma anything and teammates whenever he gets a Pokemon knocked out. So right now he's swinging for 80 damage, and he'll probably discard some more off this Sycamore. Yes. Ooh, 3 via Seeker, not good. So right now he's doing 100 damage. So I'm going to try to get a Float Stone off of this, give me a chance to retreat. I don't get it. So I'll just start laying down some Shaman. And put that belt, and he won't be able to one-hit KO me. And done. So that power plant, obviously, it would have been nice to have it, going first, so I could stop him from doing his Shaman and his Dedenne. Ooh, and he did not. Man, it looks like he's getting rid of some resource here. No VS Seeker. He's got one VS Seeker left, I assume. Got rid of his special charge. Guess he assumes he's not going to need. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, man. I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't even care what I get off this Poke Gear. Ooh, interesting. Actually, yes. Yes, I will get the Guzma. Now that I'm thinking about it, I put this free retreat Varamosa in here so I could pivot with it. So let's pivot with it. And hopefully he keeps his empty hand. So he's got to do 310 to knock me out. And even with choice bands, and let's say he has more Electro power, that I think that's still going to be a problem because he's swinging for 7, 9 Lost Marchers, Night Marchers. I'm going to mix them up. Apologize in advance. That's 180. 180 plus a choice band is 210, plus an Electro power, we'll say, is 240. Broken Heart. Let's just see if I get any energy off this. And we'll just discard whatever. And Power Plant. And Solar Beam. Oh, and there we go. So he's going to... Oh, okay. So he's got a Stinger GX. I got to worry about that because... Ouch. So, if I had Choice Band, if I had attached a Choice Band, I could have just knocked it out. Huh, okay. All right, I'm just going to Guzma it up. Just confuse it. So I like this. So this is one of those things where you take what is known to be an expanded deck idea or a standard deck idea and just extrapolate it out into expanded. And so in this case, you would Stinger GX and then just draw 3 prizes off of, whatever you can draw 3 prizes off. And we'll Solar Beam for the knockout. And then we'll see if he can get a knockout this turn. I'll show you the changes to the deck at the end of the video, but it was just minor. Switched out the switched out the coach trainer for lilies, and switched out the and just one of the coach trainers became a nest ball. That's about it. One of the great things about this deck is, not only its potential to heal, but its potential to disrupt. So we don't have to be all that careful about our item usage because we are going to shuffle them back in eventually. But yeah, this deck's potential to disrupt because you can confuse them like I just did with that Naganadel GX last game. Unfortunately, it did not work. Right, the confusion flips, just 50-50. But you can disrupt them with confusion flips. You can disrupt, I guess, if you want to call it, their ability to know in advance when your Pokemon's going to get knocked out through the healing options that are available in this deck. And you can disrupt them with Power Plant. I might just experiment with a greens version of this deck and expand it because, greens, Power Plant, those things seem to go together. Yeah, we're not in much danger of getting knocked out, so... Ugh. Yeah, let's just do that. See if we can get a Power Plant. We do not, but we got that. Oh, you know what? I could have gotten a Shaman off the netball. Let's do an item count. 1, 2, 3, 4s. All right, so just 4. So he's swinging for 80. Ooh, is he going to acid spray? He's going to acid spray. Dude, that is sweet. Yes, correct. You wanted the DCE. There we go. So we'll get a knockout. And we'll heal. Fortunately, he's not shutting off my abilities yet. Stick that there. And yeah, we'll just Lily. Nice. Ooh, so he's going to do a lot of damage next turn. So he's going to do 120, plus the beast energy is 150, 170. That will be a problem. So let's see. So 170. All right, yeah, I'm safe next turn. Unless he finds a way to get rid of the what's it called? The Fighting Fury belt. You know what? I think I'm just gonna knock it out, just to be sure. So there we go. And he's got the Buzz Wall on his bench, right? He can't modify damage with it because he used up a Float Stone, which was the rational play at the time. I mean, it was confused, and he wanted to... oh my gosh! He's got the Nihiligo. Okay, so this opponent I'm playing against he's been pimping Nihiligo for months. So he is all about the Nihiligo. So we'll attach an extra grass so we get the extra effect. And, well, we're shuffling anyway, so let's just dump our hand. Get a new hand. There we go. We got a Pheromos we can pivot with. That down. Let's get another CeleSaur. Why not? And Evergreen GX for shuffle. So he's got the Garbodor, which right now is swinging for a grand total of 0. See, it's stuff like this. This is kind of why I'm thinking about doing Silent Lab. I don't want to just say Silent Lab because that's a deck that I played in the last video. Yeah, but man, Silent Lab shuts down Oranguru, and Oranguru has turned out to be really popular and expanded. And we'll just not play any items right now. It does not matter. Yep, we'll Solar Beam, and so he can do any attack with Nihiligo, which actually could be a problem. Because no, because if he confuses me, I'll just Life Forest. So, yeah, he's probably going to do the... oh, okay. So he's going to end me. So, I might not get the Life Forest. And Life Forest has more utility in this deck anyway, just because they're not running GXs with abilities. All right, so let's just pray I get the Life Forest off of this. Pollen Hazard. Yep, just as I predicted. So I'm going to be confused. So it forces me to retreat or just risk an attack. And I can't attack with this CeleSaur unless I get a DCE. Which actually, hey, why don't we try that? Hey, what do you know? But this problem can be solved with a Life Force. So let's see if I... Oh, okay, and it can also be solved with Guzma. So why don't we just do that? So let's... yeah. We'll just knock it out with Solar Beam. There we go. Now I can play all the items I want. My opponent is saying, honestly, only 2 decks even stand a chance against CeleSaur in Expanded. Well, I don't think that's true, but... Here we go. We're going on to the next match. So my opponent is telling me that Garbodor is an auto win for CeleSaur. So here we go. Still not getting the CeleSaur start, but we've got Floatstone now. Unfortunately, we don't have any draw right now, and we're going against Zoroark. And you know, I took out the Sudowoodo out of this deck on the assumption that it was not. Zoro decks were not going to be a threat, but I'm thinking that may not be the case because I've gotten paired against a lot of Zoros on PTCGO today. All right, and all he needs is a Zoroark, and okay, he Colress for 1. Curious. And let's just fob him for the lulz. Yeah, actually, yeah. It's like we're both having a bad day. Oh no! So all he needs is 4 Pokemon in play. And a Zoroark and the DCE, and I'm done for. Shouldn't be too hard. I mean, especially if he's got like Shaman or Dedenne. Okay, so Wonder Tag is not going to get him. Well, it's going to get him a supporter, but he can't play it. Already played the Lily. But yeah, if he's got a Shaman, that's bad news. Oh man. Today is just not our day. Let's see. That's got a high retreat. Let's just force that up. It's not like he can do anything with that. Wow. Okay, here we go. Now we can actually play the game. And done. And we'll just attach DC next turn. Guzma up. I don't know. I kind of want to take out this this Zorua just so it can't evolve next turn. Lily, okay. So I would rather just draw with Lily. So let's do that. Nice. Okay. Looks like looks like things were not going his way.